And the second thing is passion. Every single one of these people were like, ah, yes, I want her. Or them to put you in the special people pile. You don't want them to put you in the I can't remember what I saw pile. Good morning. Wakey. Hi. So, how have you been? I've been good. I've been doing pretty well, actually. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys my statistics. Includes ACT, SAT, extracurriculars, maybe some honors. It's generally what I think got me into the Brown PLME program. Let's go. Okay, the first thing I guess will be SAT/standardized testing. So I took the SAT and the ACT. Not everyone does that. It's not needed. So I had a 1460 SAT, and that was really devastating to me, actually. Like, I did not like that score. So I got a 1460 on the SAT, and after I got that 1460, I went to Brown, and then I was asking questions like, I really love this PLME program, and I really love Brown in general. Like, what do you think are the stats or standardized testing that you think will be important, would be needed? And they said the range was 1460 to like 15 whatever, or basically 1600. So I was like, I need to take the ACT. The ACT is my redemption. It's gonna be my redemption arc. So when I took the ACT, I got a 32, and that was even worse to me because apparently, score wise, a 1460 is equivalent of a 32. It's like in the same range as a 32 on the ACT. So I was like, dude, did I just plateau? If you guys want to like another video on SAT versus ACT, I would gladly do that. Extracurriculars. So obviously COVID happened 9th grade for me, and it really affected me up until like mid 10th grade, end of 10th grade. So 10th grade I joined ballet, modern, tap, and jazz. By the time I got to senior year, I had done dance for 2 years. I was going on my third. I had been involved with the SGA, though not as much as I would love to. I was part of like NHS, normal like leadership stuff that happens in school. And then I had a couple other things that were like fun for me. Like I had crochet. I was part of New Horizons, which was our choir group. At a point it was an a cappella group. That was fun. I was part of musicals. I was basically just a visual and performing arts student. A lot. By the time I got to senior year, and I think senior year and junior year, I was part of Spartan Dancers, which was basically like technically elite dancing team, but I'm not saying I was elite. I had done a few mentoring programs, nothing too crazy. I also did a bunch of community service. Now, I didn't realize I did, but I'm very involved with church back home. A lot of things I would do just because like my parents are doing them, why shouldn't I do them? Or more like my parents are doing them, I have to do them. Like evangelism or community service that the church was already doing, and maybe just cleaning up after church or helping out with the daycare in church. And these counted as community service, I didn't realize. And my dad was just like, did you not count all these hours that you've been spending in church as community service? And I was like, you're onto something there. So like, I feel like if you think or ask people to think like, hey, what is something that I've done that I can put down that is important or special? And that generally helps. I guess now is time to talk about advice. Now, since we're coming from extracurriculars, I'm just going to continue along that tangent. So I'm going to say this, and this might seem like a lot. I know that like all the schools are asking for extracurriculars, and I think some people ask for 10, maybe 15, and they'll be like, important extracurriculars. Really? All these extracurriculars like SGA or National Honor Society or being some part of like honor roll, Rotary Club, I guess honors, they're important. Definitely put them on there if you want to, but they're not special, if you know what I mean. Like, you want something that shows passion for something. Like for me, when I was putting my extracurriculars, I definitely put dance all the way up there because dance was the thing that I had that I loved doing. I definitely put things like crochet club on there. I definitely put the a cappella club on there. I put gospel choir on there. Like things that, like, yeah, I'm pretty good at school and student and government association and like all these really good things, but there's a bunch of other things that I'm also really good at. I think that's what is more important, especially when you're applying to a school like Brown, who like values diversity and values being whole-rounded, not just academically or leadership-wise. Yeah, so I would definitely talk about that. Now, if I could list 3 things that I think got me into the Brown/PLME program, I would say, I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I would say like faith one. I definitely prayed a whole bunch before getting it. One, because I thought I had no hope. Because looking at, like you're doing to me, I watched a bunch of people's videos, their stats and like what they think got them into PLME, and I could not see myself in any of that. Like there was this one kid who like had a greenhouse in his house, and I was like, interesting. Like, yeah, it was just like, so I think I fell into this hole of like comparing myself with other people, which is good on one end, but it's not great. Just because Brown is not necessarily looking for cookie cutter people to be part of the community in general, and especially to be part of PLME. The whole point of PLME is to bring students who are involved, who are interested in a bunch of things, into a program where they know that while still pursuing those bunch of things, they know that they can become a doctor. And I think that's what you should keep in mind when you're talking or writing things that these administrators might read. So that's one thing I would think about. That was a tangent. I was talking about like faith. And then the second thing is passion. Along the lines of what I said earlier, they want to see something that you're really excited about, something that you spent time doing. When it comes to a topic, you have breadth knowledge. Like it's usually like, you know, a little bit about everything. Now that's great, but I think it's also important to show some depth in one thing. Like there should be a couple things where you're like, you've done it for a couple years, you've hopefully won awards, you've like shown your mastery or your passion for something. So definitely that's what I have for passion. And then I think the third thing is called overdue. You Africans know what I'm talking about. Basically it means do too much. You need to add some pizzazz, some sparkle, some jazz to things, because you want them to finish reading your essays, to finish looking at your applications and being like, huh, that person was something. And then them to put you in the special people pile. You don't want them to put you in the I can't remember what I saw pile, because everybody's going to be putting the same things, not the same things, but a lot of the same things. Like a lot of these people have really high GPAs. A lot of these people have really high SAT scores, really high ACT scores, or any other Ivy League, honestly. And I think the simple things are what are more important. Like for instance, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever, yeah, the simple things are more important, basically. I think another thing that helped was my essays. I spent a bunch of time on, but yeah, the little things matter, the small things matter. Like I wrote my personal statement on my teeth, the gap between my teeth, and like my heritage and how that has brought me through different stages of my life. And like I think that like no one else, very few people I feel talk about their teeth. And even if they were talking about their teeth, they probably weren't connecting it to the same things that I was doing. I personally think essays are most important when applying to PLME, just because really the only difference between the PLME and the Brown application, like the Brown application on Common App and the PLME application, is 3 essays. At least in my year, they added 30 essays just for PLME. I think it's more important for you to show who you are, and what you're passionate about, through these different means, through the putting of your extracurriculars, through the essays, through your video, which is also important, I feel. A lot of people got into PLME program who did not put a video. I could add that. but I definitely thought the video was so helpful to me because I think it put a face to what they were seeing. And I think also in the video I was able to show the fact that I'm just interested in so many things, and I hope that my interest in all those things could lead into a really great career in medicine. The first couple days of arriving to Brown, and the lady at the stand was like, yeah, so each and one of these advisors you're seeing is somebody who marked off on you joining the pleading program. Like every single one of these people were like, yes, I want her, or yes, I want him. And so I think when you're making your application, focus a lot on talking to a person, on talking to that person and appealing to them, telling them why you want to be in this program. If you have any questions about specifically SATs or specifically essays, please write them in the comments below. Another tip, do everything early. Do not apply December 31st. Don't do that. That's crazy. You should have part of your application done by like October. You should have your Common App done by like October. As a big sister, I'm warning you. But yeah, bye.